Welcome to a short demonstration of NetDocuments SetBuilder. SetBuilder is a way that you can aggregate documents into a list of your own choosing and then convert those documents to a PDF for then distribution. So let's take a look. As we are inside of this workspace, you see that I have a tab called Sets. Sets has been enabled on this specific matter. Within a given matter, you can have multiple sets or multiple lists of documents. In this particular matter, I have 4 different sets. We have things such as status, a link to see binders that were generated from this particular set, and then additional information of who created, last modified, etc. Now, as we go in and look at our Chris Smith deposition, you see that I now have a list of things. I have sections, which are represented by this type of a record. I have actual documents, and then I have placeholders. And so Sets allows me to create an outline, fill that different areas of the outline with actual documents. As I'm looking at this, I'm in a view-only mode, and while in a view-only mode, I can click on a document name. It will then take me directly to that particular document within the matter, and then I can preview it, I can open it, and do other types of things to it. If I want to work within this set to modify it, I have an edit button on the right-hand side that once I'm in edit mode, I can easily go change the status of the set. I can add additional headings. So I could take one right here, and let's say we're going to add this, and we're going to call this Final Deposition Notes. All of a sudden, it is now a section within my binder. I can then take this button, I can add placeholders, and I can say we're going to call this Shelby Notes because she had some notes for this. We're going to take this and we're going to say these are John notes, and then additional placeholders as well. We'll do one more and we'll call this Mike Notes. Now, as I have these different placeholders, essentially what I can do as an attorney or as someone managing this set, I can create outlines. I can have these sections, I can have these different placeholders. And by the way, what I notice is I notice that Mike, his notes are actually a subset of John's. So I can actually drag this to the right, and you'll notice that numbering changes automatically. And if Shelby's notes actually need to go underneath my reports, it's a simple drag and drop to reposition this, to reorder it. And once again, the numbering simply goes and updates as I drag and drop those changes. And as I look at this, perhaps I wanted to change the format of the numbering. So this button allows me to go ahead and say, these are the different levels of numbering. Do I want numbering on or not? And then as we look at the different levels, I can choose the format of the numbering to suit my needs in this particular set. And this type of information can be configured from one set to the next. Now, as I have Shelby's notes, I want to go ahead and fill this placeholder. So as I put my mouse over this, you can see I can rename it, I can delete it, and then this button gives me more options. For more options, I can easily say I want to set this document. Now, as I set the document, I could go upload a document. So let's go ahead and take that, and let's say this PDF, these are Shelby's notes, and so it's going to upload and then fill in the placeholder. Now, John's notes are actually inside of the matter itself. So we can copy a document from the workspace. We're going to go in, and I see I've got Discovery. This is where John put his notes, and we're going to grab this one. All of a sudden, that document is copied and filled in within that placeholder. And then for Mike's notes, we've got the same thing. We're going to go ahead and set the document, go grab it from the workspace itself. His notes are under correspondence, and there we go. So now I filled in my placeholders. But before I do this, I realized, wait, on my reports, I actually had hired a consultant to go and dig up some information for me. And he's provided that information to me, and let's take a look. So right here is the reports from my external party. He's come in and he's created PDFs of his reports. He's put them into a nice folder structure. And I would like to get that content right underneath my reports section. So with SetBuilder, I can take this folder straight from my desktop. Let me drag it, and all of a sudden right here, I can drop it. And then what we see is that folder, subfolders, and documents are all imported into the system. And it utilizes that to further build out my set. So I've got drag and drop capabilities. In fact, you see I've got a traceroute log placeholder here. What I can do is I can take this document and I can simply drag it and fill in that particular placeholder as well. So it's very simple and easy. Now, before I generate this binder, let me go ahead and delete that I uploaded here. All right, so you can see I can easily add, I can easily remove content. Now, I'm ready to generate this binder. And generating a binder will take all of this information, it takes all of the different file formats and converts and consolidates into a single PDF file. To generate the binder, I have a Generate Binder button that I can click. It gives me some information. First of all, it says not all the placeholders are filled out. I do not have a cover page. I can give it a name. I can generate an index page, which is what I'm going to do, and add a comment if I wanted. So I'm going to say, let's go ahead and generate this binder. So now it's grabbing all of the documents. It's converting them. It's actually putting them together, converting them to PDF. And then once it's done, it now saves it. And you can see that I've just generated a binder. And in fact, I have the history of additional binders that I've created from this set. Now, if I wanted to see this final binder that I've created, I simply click, it opens up. Here's my PDF. Let's open it up and see what it looks like. It's actually a bookmarked PDF. So here's my index page. This contains all of the different information that I put in here, including Shelby, John, and Mike's notes. As I expose the bookmarks within here, now every single document in here, if I go look at Mike's notes, here are Mike's notes. If I go to my Jane Doe email, here's Jane Doe's emails. If I go to my August 2018 bank statement, there we go. So it's completely bookmarked. Now remember, I had placeholders in here. In fact, those placeholders are still down here. My new car purchase, if I click on this, oops, sorry, maybe the next one. Looks like I filled out those placeholders. All right, anyway, with the bookmarks, this gives you the easy ability to navigate this PDF. And if I realize, oh wait, my IT director email, this is not quite right, all I have to do is I can go back into the set and we'll close this and go back to my IT director email, and I can say, look at this, I've got the ability to replace the document. So I simply say replace. Do I want to upload from external or take a document from within the system and copy it into the workspace? And then it will replace that, and then I can regenerate the binder. So I haven't lost the history of what was there before, nor have I interfered with what I'm doing at this point in time. So it's very, very easy. As we look at other things regarding this binder, I have the ability by clicking here, it gives me the history. This is everything that's been done within the binder, whether you adding a section, adding a header, replacing a header with a document, so on and so forth. It's all contained within the history of this specific binder. And then finally, perhaps I'm doing multiple depositions for this particular investigation. And I've got all this information for Chris. What I really want to do is I want to clone this, because now we have Jane Doe. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to depose her as well. And I want the same type of thing. So I can clone this set and I can determine, do I want to use the same documents for Jane, or do I want to replace those with placeholders? Let's go ahead and clone this. All of a sudden, here's Jane Doe. And now you see it's got the exact same placeholders as what the original set did. So very simple and very easy to do. If I wanted to add a manual set, I just click Add Set, give it a name, and then I go to a blank set and I can construct using headers, using placeholders, using documents. So it's very, very simple. And so that's SetBuilder. It's easy to use, it's simple to use, and people are really liking sets. Thank you.